right? To some extent. It might also be just like, let's try something new after the first game. But this could be their carry plus, 5. It could also be 2 supports. That's like the strength of Monkey King in the draft, is that he can be very flexible in that regard.
Yeah, but Silencer feeds against Io Slaughter, right?
Yeah, he does. I mean, Silencer in general is just a feeder, isn't he? It's not much. You don't see this hero that much because he's just so fragile, and he doesn't have a disable.
Yeah, it's just a little slow.
Yeah.
I don't know. He does deal a lot of damage in the lane, but against Io Slaughter, I don't really feel like he can ever really utilize his skill set properly. Like, you use your last word on him, Slaughter starts sprinting, and you bam, you're dead.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know, like, do you right-click them with your W, or do you skill your Q, or what do you even do?
You can do that.
It's
gonna be QE somehow, but they're just gonna out-heal you with Io, who's like actually just like a super sustain hero. Yeah, it looks already pretty rough. Like, Silencer to counter Io, okay, but I'm not a big fan of the hero at all.
No, I mean, I think you want a carry that's not Monkey King here, right? You want a carry that does not care about Io Slaughter, if that makes sense. So just
what's that though?
Well, it would be Troll, but a Troll is banned.
Yeah, it's gonna be an auto ban every time you pick Slaughter. Just the biggest Slaughter counter.
Can you do something like, okay, they pick Bane. Maybe
so
Bane
it's a monkey carry
then. Yeah, but maybe Bane is gonna be the 5. I don't know.
This Visage pick is so good against Bane as well.
Why is the Visage pick so good against Bane? Because that's one we've not seen very frequently.
The birds will just find the Bane every time. He can't grip, and just overall his team fight impact will be way less just because Visage birds are around. Like, Bane against Visage is, I think, one of the worst matchups for the hero in the entire game, I think.
Is that a Misha one? Because Misha does a lot of micro heroes. He's an Ench and Chen player classically. I've not seen him play a lot of Visage, but is that something he does?
I haven't seen it, but I mean, no, Visage is also pretty unplayed right now, so it's hard to know exactly what the thought process here. I imagine it could be a 5. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
But again, like, Navi's supports just look so fragile again, right? Like, against Void Spirit, Slaughter, Visage, like, they just feed off these Banes and Silencers in the fights. It's gonna be really hard for them to play the game once again.
And on the contrary, the OGA supports are really damn tanky. Like, this Visage with the passive and the Io, they're not gonna die easily at all to the Silencer Bane Monkey King.
It feels like the Visage doesn't even have to be near the Monkey Arena with his birds as well. So that's a tricky one. What sort of stuff are you looking for Na'Vi to pick up to mitigate this? Is there anything they can do to turn this draft around? There must be something.
They need a ton of damage right now. Like, they're lacking damage big time. And Necrophos? Okay, I guess it's a Slaughter answer, but they're not going to be matched up in the lane, I don't think.
Well, who knows? Maybe it's a V2 Necro. But I think it's a good pick, because it's, it could be like one of those, like, we do Necrophos Silencer safe lane type of thing, and then they can't like pressure us. Yeah, I think Monkey Mid looks like, I would do that right now, because you see the Void Spirit already, right? And you kind of need to find a place for this Monkey King to have impact.
Yeah. What Na'Vi is going for them, though, I think, is Monkey King and Necro both destroy Void Spirit in the mid lane. Like, this Void Spirit should not have a good game whatsoever.
It could also be a no one. I mean, I guess the Necrophos could be like all 3 lanes, right?
Yeah, he could be. Against Visage is very risky, though. I would not like to see him off lane. I think mid or safe lane makes the most sense to me.
I don't know. I think some Bane Necro lane, no matter what carry they're up against, Visage won't do anything to that.
So we've got last picks here. What are they looking for in OG, do you reckon?
I think they need a win condition, right? I don't know.
How about just like a cookie cutter PA? Slaughter PA, let's go.
Sure. I mean, any kind of carry right now would round up the lineup nicely, I would say.
Yeah.
You want to have a hero that's good against, to some degree, don't care about Necrophos. I think.
Go Ranger.
Yeah, you could do that.
Is it a Terra place?
Perhaps. PA is also nice, because PA can kind of just play around with when he wants to go in and stuff.
Yeah.
You could also think about something like maybe Ursa, just because he's such a good matchup against Monkey King.
Yeah, the lane is just going to be a little bit tougher. They could just go back to the Clinks again, honestly. Like, Clinks Slaughter is very scary. Visage Clinks is a strong lane.
Yeah, they could.
If they, I don't know how much they value this Klings, but he looks pretty decent here. And then Navi has the last pick.
5 seconds
A lot of these heroes like you would not expect, right?
Yeah, it kind of feels like the old OG too. Like they're just pulling all these heroes out of nowhere, and you're like, oh, what the hell is going on? It could even be, Slada carry suddenly. Like, what?
Like Misha Wisp with Slada carry and like, I don't know, some offlane Visage. Who knows?
Yuragi's not played Slardar, but he could start. It is a first time to play Slardar.
There is a risk of Necro just perma-feeding, right, against Slada IO if they clear like level 1 or 2.
Yes, for sure.
It's a very tricky lane. They're taking a long time on this last ban. I imagine they're having many of the same conversations we are, and they're going to take out the Medusa, which is one of the ones that I thought they could do.
Yeah, Medusa is very strong against Necro. Playing Necro into Medusa is pretty much impossible, so...
How do you round out this Navi lineup though? Because it looks like they don't have too much synergy with their heroes. They don't have any team fight really except Monkey King ult
10
and like...
seconds remaining.
How about just like a Tide Hunter?
That's
Or
an
Lash
interesting
Shrug.
one, Lash Shrug.
Okay.
So it is a
full-on
Void
aggression.
Spirit. Was it carry Lash?
They've never played Carry Lash.
No, Amar actually plays Void Spirit quite a lot, I know.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
It could be like a Visage Void Spirit
10
offlane or something and
seconds
Slada
remaining.
carry and Lash mid.
I think I quite like the
5
Tide Hunter
seconds
now.
remaining.
Is it going to be that? No, it's a Dragon Knight. Do you like
Knight.
that as well?
So the DK has to be offlane then against this.
Because it's a carry Void
Carry
Spirit.
Void Spirit? What?
I mean,
Never
you
seen
know how these guys and their cores, right? Like they're all kind of carry players, right? So it doesn't really matter if who plays what in this sense.
Yeah,
This is
you're
just
right.
like-
yeah.
Their safe line is just like strong now, right? With you cannot pressure Void Spirit Visage, like
Yeah.
really, and the offlane duo is also strong. Like you just have really strong lanes now.
What should we look out for in this OG draft then, Misery?
Well, I mean, it's once again about the Leshrac, right? Who's gonna put this tempo, and you have Wisp to back him up as well, which is a crazy combo. So I think if Navi, I mean, I don't really know what Navi's trying to do. They have Necro as Lesh mid. I guess that's fine for Necro.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's if Leshrac snowballs and takes all the towers, obviously like OG is gonna run away with it. They have so much aggression in their draft.
What do you think about late game though? If it gets there, Navi is probably going to be stronger there, right? Like Monkey King seems pretty uncontested in this game.
Yeah, I can see that. They also have this Dragon Knight initiation, which is really strong this game.
Yeah. So I guess the tables are turned this time. Navi wants to survive to late game, and OG is going to be putting under pressure.
Do you back them to survive to late game, Black? You're the late game king.
It looks hard. This OG draft is really strong, and it's not like they're weak in late game. Like this Leshrac, they can.
Silence the birds.
I
red?
think it does. It does.
Okay, so you can grip and then global at least to protect your boy, and then take the fight.
Okay,
Actually-
well, can Navi get a grip of this game? You mentioned that this is going to be a tournament for experimentation, and OG are certainly doing that. Will this experimental draft take them to a 2-0 victory in this first series of the day, or will Navi's experience shine through? We're going to hand over to Nomad and Lizard, who will take us through this game too.
Side. It's a lot of synergy coming from the Wisp alone. Then you have that Lash that you can tether onto throughout the mid game, right? There's a lot of this potential coming from OG. You will be having a so even though you're playing versus a Bane, so basically right now how you play Visage is you just take Soul Assumption, you max out Enchanted Mangoes. People have been doing this for almost like, I don't know, a year, but not a lot of teams actually copied it. Thing is, you're doing it versus a Bane, so you nuke him, he brain sabs the damage back, right? So I'm not sure that this is the best lane for Visage to be in, as Dragon Knight will heal up as well with Dragon's Blood. Then again, you end up with the Bane position 4. Have you seen this, by the way? It's the Aghanim's Rush.
No, I've actually seen the Visage position 5. I saw Maposhka doing that in a pub, but I haven't seen the Bane position 4 recently.
So basically, they go for Aetherlance into an Aghanim's Rush, or straight into Axe Rush. And then you have, what is it, those 3 Banes popping out and gripping.
Yeah.
It's pretty nice, right? But you are playing versus birds, so you will. Panel was right. The birds do get silenced by global, and actually, it's one of those harder heroes to play against as Visage silencer like this. So,
yeah. Interestingly, I believe if you get well, I know this because I play Visager. If you get the like a purge on yourself, you don't need to purge the birds. You can still drop them using the spell which is bound to the Visage. So
yeah, but you still need some sort of a purge, right? Like you need a
as a
Lotus
position 5 as well. It's not easy for sure. No, very interesting matchups. Some very interesting heroes coming out from these guys. I'm excited to get into this game. Yeah, and of course we've got the IO Slarda, which Tiger's carrying over from his days on Liquid. They used to do that all the time.
It's a tale as old as time. You get Bash of the Deep, you get Overcharge, and you just perma-bash a target. The Silencer right now is the bully, and he's the boss of the lane, but in a minute or two, things should change. Tables should turn on him.
Yeah, well, keep an eye on the Slardar's build, because I remember once upon a time, Liquid, when they were playing it, they actually maxed Guardian Sprint on the Slardar, which is very weird. Yeah, we'll see if they go for that.
Because of the IO, right?
Again.
Like, you both benefit from the movement speed. It's it could be fine. Why not? Dash of the Deep and Sprint and leave level 1 Slithering Crush. I think that's an option that they can do.
Yeah, we'll see which order they decide to go about it. Meanwhile, BZM versus no one in the middle lane. BZM did get the advantage last time, but when those rotations started coming, they kind of opened up no one's game a bit more. So far, though, this Necro is off to a very good start in the middle lane.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same CS, but in the opposite direction. In top lane, they're actually chasing Taiga.
Yep, he will pop that overcharge. A lot of damage coming now onto VTune. VTune just getting stunned up again and again. This is the overcharge going to work, but Solo's still going to get that first blood onto Tiger.
And we have -2 in the chat. So we're gonna have we're gonna have a lot of those. Yeah, they made the right move. They got those boots on VTune, and they were the first one to strike. It's very important. Still, though, I feel like eventually Slardar should do quite well in this lane with the IO.
A tithe to the impurities.
I can't wait for the IO to end up at like -32 intelligence, just like not able to cast more than one spell and sitting in base eating soup with a fork.
The Slardar isn't much. Slardar isn't much of a gentleman himself as well, sitting on 18 ints. So
they'll do their best. Yeah. Dumb lane up in top. I relate. We'll see how this goes, though. But I mean, already I wasn't expecting much from the Silencer Monkey King lane, because I kind of assume Monkey King you want to get like some kind of slow along to go with him. But oh, BZM, oh my god, he's so low. Is gonna just about survive this one and pick up that rune. But yeah, struggling in this middle lane.
When you're talking about slow, you do have it. There's Orb of Venom on Monkey, and then there's Arcane Curse. That's how you play this Silencer, right? And look at his item build. Like, you don't really see a null talisman on a position 5. It's an old school thing that used to be built on a Disruptor plus Luna lane. You would get a null tally, and then with the aura, the Disruptor would just hit so hard. On Silencer, it's also pretty neat, as you can spam out the Arcane Curse, and you dish out quite a bit of damage with Glaives of Wisdom. So it's nice. The lane is more difficult than it seems to at first sight.
Would he have done this if he didn't get first blood? Was he going for the null talisman anyway?
Well, now that's a good question. It's possible that he wouldn't go for it, right? Sometimes when you have an advantage, you push it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, mid lane. Reaper Scythe coming down. Not going to be enough to finish off BZM, though. BZM is just about going to survive on a modicum of HP, but man, he is getting worked in this middle lane. But the fact that he doesn't get a kill with the Reaper's side does feel a little bit bad for the Necro top. Yep, absolutely. They're piling it onto Solo with that overcharge. The overcharge will end, but the bash is ready from Amar. They get the kill, but if Amar goes down for this, it's not going to be worthwhile. But VTune, I'm not sure he's got the capabilities to chase this one, and they will get out. They get away with it on the side of OG up in the top lane.
It's just a matter of time, right? Slardar plus Io. It's just a matter of time before they strike, and as a silencer, it's extremely difficult to be in the right position at every single moment. Because of that sprint and one hit bash from Slardar, you just die so easily.
Yeah. It's a pretty brutal one, and that is why they first face this combo. You know, there's very little you can do about it. But I mean, that said, it's now 1-for-1 up in the top lane, you know, bottom lane. And we haven't really touched upon this safe lane Void Spirit. Are you avoiding this one, Lizard? Are you scared of talking about this?
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Void Spirit what? Mid? Safe lane? No, well, they do have objective taking capabilities from the Lash, right? And the Visage Slardar can bring the physical damage in that mid game. So you can have a playmaking kind of a hero on that safe lane. Will it work out for them? We'll see, but all they need is someone top lane.
Uh-oh, once again, going on to VTune. Tiger's getting pretty low just to Solo's right clicks, though, in the meanwhile. And I think Tiger is going to just about survive this one, as is the Monkey King. So just some very aggressive trading up at the top side.
I actually thought that someone would build a vessel on their team. Obviously, Io doesn't do it anymore. It's just not the build that you go for. You go for Holy Locket and Mech. I actually thought Yuragi might be the one building it, but he's going for Yules instead. And you also need a Yules. You need something to dispel the silence with. You need something to... There's just so many things. Yules is very valuable. Still, a vessel would be nice versus Necrophos.
Well, it's a direct 180 from the last game's laning phase, where we had all of the OG heroes at the top of the net worth chart after the kind of 5-10 minute mark. This time around, it's all the Na'Vi heroes at the top. Let's see what they can do with it, as Low Hot Dance does come into contact with the Lashrak, but...
You just don't see the supports. They didn't see Taiga on the map. They also didn't see Visage on the map, so... Because of that fact, you can't go for the kill. And sleep was a little bit too early. It was more that Bane was found than that Bane found Flash.
Crossing paths, strangers crossing paths in the night.
I'm just thinking, like, this bottom lane, Yuragi, is he truly a threat to General at any point? Can he kill him? Let's see, because he will be pressuring this tier 1.
Yeah, let's see what they can do, but the top lane, a bit of harassment going on as well. Just trades on trades.
No, Yuragi is actually TPing top.
He's done with this. He doesn't want to party with the DK anymore. He wants to go and have some fun in the top lane, see if they can get a kill, and then they will go up onto the top side of the map. Io getting pretty low in the process, but in comes Yuragi, working down onto Solo. They want to try and take down the Monkey King, though. That is their main target. The Bane is in. Sleep out onto Yuragi. Amar getting low, but turns around and smashes poor old Solo to bits. And they don't lose anyone on the side of OG.
Yeah, but this is the point, right? Like, your carry isn't truly that classic position 1. He's more of a, okay, I'm going to get some farm on that safe lane, then I'll leave it to Visage so he gets his levels while I rotate around and create space. However, Misha, he might not get a lot here.
Well, he definitely got something.
Mid lane sleep. Can they? Nah, I don't think this is a play. Yeah, so Misha is fine. He got level 5, right? And he defended bottom a little bit. It's important that one of these two supports gets 6 on his own, because they're both, like, they benefit from that level 6 so much.
Yeah.
Slardar actually going for the Mask of Madness, right? Yeah, this is a build. This is your standard right-clicking Slardar build with Io. You'll just be rushing straight into them. Might get Blink after, might get a BKB even straight.
Very interesting, the builds coming out from this OG team. They've got a strategy, and now they jump forward onto the Necrophos in the middle lane. No one getting low, but not quite low enough. And now VTune comes jumping on in here, looking for a target. Won't really find one, though. as they just kind of trade in the middle lane, defend, hold the base. Meanwhile, General, he's actually started knocking on the tier 2 tower down here in the bottom lane. Yuragi can't seem to lane against him.
What do you do? It's a general style of playing. If you think about how he started the lane, even he went with 3 gauntlets of strength, then it goes into power treads. You just can't hurt him, and he will take the tower or pressure it if he wants to. At least tier 1s. Top lane, relocate.
Relo up to top. Yep, they want to find themselves a target, and that target is going to be the Silencer. Goodbye, Sweet Prince. Solo will fall, and the tower will go down along with it.
Structures are fortified.
Fortification comes out, but that tower is gone.
Yeah, and they will reload back actually to defend it. Slardar can take it on his own. Yep. While Slardar is taking the top, they can defend mid lane with that reload back, and so far OG is playing this game really, really well. The only question remains is if Slardar will be that true position 1 that they need. And you see like Mask of Madness, Blink, BKB. Meanwhile, Yuragi is still working towards that Yules.
Yeah, definitely needs the Yules in this game. You're playing against the Silencer. It's not really another choice, unfortunately, so if he gets ultied when he's in the middle of a team fight, he will just get absolutely peppered unless he can get that silence off him, which is exactly what the Yules will do.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I'm wondering what the build is after that. I mean, I'd be very surprised if it wasn't an Aghanim Scepter. Does just seem super good, and I'm also interested to see if Aloha does commit to the Aghanims, because I'm not sure it's the best game for it. Even if that is the build on Pulse 4, like look at the amount of AoE stuns and like silences and stuff they'll have on the side of OG when he gets that Ags. That's a lot.
Oh, all right, there's what then? Glimmer Cape? You know, like the thing is, like I don't disagree with you. It's not the perfect Aghanims game, but now that you're stuck with the position 4 Bane, you know, you might just as well do something that's impactful. Or perhaps switch the Bane into 5 and get Silencer on a 4. That's also a possibility.
I mean, right now, Silencer does have about 400 gold more than the Bane, but yeah, we'll see which way round they decide to do it on Na'Vi as they come in once again for this push into the middle lane. OG, will they defend this one? I mean, it's very hard. It's a Necro and it's a Dragon Knight. These two heroes are just not killable at the current state of the game. That said, I mean, throwing stuff at the DK. Can they bring him down? The Global Silence is out, and back they will go on the side of OG. They managed to bait out the Global Silence, not really overcommitting for the kill, and now, well, they're gonna keep on going here, but Misha's Bird's getting a little bit low here. Gonna heal them up, and, I mean, it's kind of just a defense from OG more than anything, right?
Yep, pretty much. It was just a defense, but they also baited out Dragon Form plus Global Silence. So you defended, and at the same time, you did force them to use some crucial spells. I felt like OG, maybe they could have initiated with Yuragi a little bit faster, because he's the catch, right? Without him, right now there's no plays. You need a Slardar Blink Dagger before you make a move. So you're fine. Overall, you're fine with just forcing the global. There's a smoke from Navi.
They're on the prowl. Who will they find? Well, we shall see. It is a fresh Blink Dagger from Mr. General. That is where they smoke. This is what they're looking for. But they need to move quick if they're going to find something. It's a little slow from Navi, isn't it? It's a little bit... Maybe they're waiting for someone to show up mid, but yeah.
I guess you're just securing the tier 1. It's not that bad of a move. Flash.
Smoke popped. Nice, stun onto 2, that is good, and now they get the grip out onto the Leshrac as well. Tiger going for the TP out, can he make it out? No, he cannot. BZM will go down regardless, and that is 47 seconds dead at 14 minutes into the game. Very fun and cool mechanic. Thank you, gaming.
It was, yeah, that's not the most fun mechanic to play against, I agree. Nice tether away, can he survive?
Cute.
He has that Arcane Curse, should be fine. Oh, maybe not.
BG with the double damage, we'll find him with the donk.
Yeah, so they rotated. I think Navi is doing this really nicely. Even in that first game, the way they rotate around objectives is stellar. Like, they smoked up, they put Necro without the smoke on mid to take the tier 1. Meanwhile, they're just waiting for anyone to show themselves, and they found pretty much the perfect target in that Leshrac. The thing is, though, the last game looked very similar, and then it kind of went out of their control.
Smoke up. OG. They're the ones playing the wraparound game this time around. They were like, hey, that's a cool move, Na'Vi. Why don't we give it a try? Let's see if it works out for them similarly.
Do you feel that OG actually have the late game here? Like,
no, not even slightly. Why, do you? Oh, jump in, all hell's breaking loose. Global Silence has come out, punishing the Slardar from jumping in a little bit too overzealously. As that ultimate from the Silencer was still available, the team just couldn't back it up. But 5-man stun from the Birds is going to hold back Na'Vi as Yuragi now jumping into this one. He feels free, but what can he really do? Not much seems to be the answer to the jump into the Lash Rack and stun him up, take him down. BCM healing up, Tiger trying to keep him alive, but they just can't do it. Not enough in the tank as Na'Vi get a second. And now they're looking for a third. They're moving over towards Tiger. The little ball of light being smacked away by the Monkey King. Vincere will need a few more hits. Tiger just going to be able to make it under the tower here, but General blinking in on tier 2 tower. No problem at all. They'll tank it up as Na'Vi get themselves a further kill.
yeah. No, I agree with you. I don't see, besides the Slardar scaling really well, and maybe some magic from the Void Spirit, I feel like this draft again is way easier to execute if you're Na'Vi. Like, you don't have to do anything cute. You just need to take proper fights and just farm up on the monkey. Like, this Necro already is a beast. Keep in mind, he has a hood and a full Shiva's complete that's flying over to him. So those birds, not only Monkey King.
Yeah, it's a little awkward here. I mean, OG trying to commit to it. Tiger maybe getting the wrong end of the stick here. Oh, the stun just about missed from Vincere, and Tiger will get out. Okay, alright. Works out in the end for OG.
There's the Shivas. And now, these birds, they're not really able to hurt anyone. If they get clipped on by Shivas, like, you know how much Visage I play. And at this point, they're only a stun. Which is, like, truth be told, what they truly are anyway. Yuragi?
Yeah, you're playing POS 5, right? He is stunned here, and now he's gripped, and now he's repossessed! Oh my god! Jesus, he just gets his carrot crunch in the bottom lane.
Also keep in mind that, like, OG's draft and the way they deal damage, it's mostly mitigated by the AoE heal from Necro as well. It might not look like a lot, but in that mid lane fight, Necro was constantly just pumping out that pulses, healing up his teammates, and Lash can't really take anyone down.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
17 minutes, almost 18 minutes into this game. It's a 4k gold advantage for Na'Vi. Their Necrophos has hit 10k net worth at 17 minutes into the game. That is just an insane timing.
Yeah, instantly followed by the Monkey King, who's second. And from this monkey, all you pretty much need is a BKB. I feel like with the moment you get that BKB, you can take any fight that you want to. Like, the damage will come from your Necro, from the DK, and you will live long enough to dish out the damage anyway with Wukong's command.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, maybe the Slardar can bring him down if he doesn't get off the Wukongs. You know, they've got a lot of interrupts to that, but then you're just kind of ignoring the fact that there's a Necrophos who's going to be pounding everyone in these fights.
Needs the BKB, right? Needs the BKB on Slardar. Once you get that, perhaps you can make a decent fight on your side. But last game, like, I wasn't really biased that hard to any particular draft. I actually thought that Na'Vi had a little bit of a better chance, and it was their game to win or lose, which they did lose in the end. This time around, I definitely think it's Navi's game to lose. Like, I feel, or win, that is. They're in full control. They just need to play properly, and it shouldn't be too difficult to take this one. Seeing the draft, obviously, in hindsight, seeing the draft unravel.
Yeah. OG definitely being very experimental in this game too, you know. They've got their one-game buffer. They're feeling confident enough to mix things up a bit. Oh, hello, Hadan. Bird's gonna take off the Nightmare. That is handy.
Like, you look at Na'Vi and you're thinking, okay, which one of these heroes can die? Which one of these cores can die if they initiate on him? It's pretty much Monkey King alone, right? And he's always covered by Aloha Dance. He's there to make sure if they do go on him, he's going to sleep someone, grip the other target, reset the fight. They're running uphill though. This is usually dangerous.
Get away. Alright. They clear out the triangle. They won't get a kill on Na'Vi at the moment, but they get OG out of their triangle. But they'd already farmed it anyway. They didn't want to be there.
Just look at the couriers from OG. They know exactly. They know exactly where Na'Vi is. Like, they're moving around the triangle with the couriers. They understand it. It's not something that caught them off guard in the last game as well. Like, they always read Navi's smokes really, really well.
That said, though, it is just so punishing if you do get caught out. Like, it's going to be so hard to survive. You've got the grip, you've got the Reaper Scythe, and that's not going to change. Whether they get BKBs or not, that is always going to be a huge issue for the OG heroes to deal with. And we see here Yuragi farming down at bottom. He's going in for the Aghanim Scepter as expected, so that will be his build. Nothing crazy in the carry position, not like a Desolator or something. He is just going for the standard Void Spirit build, but just playing in the safe lane.
General? It was a peculiar TP. I guess he wanted to perhaps make a move and catch someone, but wasn't sure if he wanted to jump onto the high ground or not. And now they're moving there kind of together. No one leading the pack.
Yeah, BZM just going to clean out these creeps and run himself away really, really fast. So unless the Monkey King can somehow get there in time, which he can't,
Relocate?
I don't think there's going to be a
Aloha
kill.
Dance?
Yeah, it's an interesting one. Just moving across. I mean, this is now going to put them in a really awkward position when they reload back as well. So OG almost need to make something happen here or they're just going to lose their IO. Mar coming around the side, dropping down the... Oh my god, so much damage to the side, but the side, but the reload out. It resets them, but the grip is still going. The Leshrac can't run away. Can he actually escape from this? No, he cannot with the Wukong's command coming out as well. He is gone, but Na'Vi, they're taking a little bit of damage here due to Yuragi, but unfortunately Yuragi, his spell's now on cooldown. Can't really do much more, but Vincere in the backlines, Amar finds him, poking in through the back. They get the Monkey King kill, so pretty good trade for OG right now, but will the... Oh, Sada, blink away. He's going to be okay.
Alright, alright. That was actually pretty dope from them. That was pretty sick. They played it really well. Amar actually dishes out so much damage. Like, we talked about the Corrosive Haze and the birds. They obliterated the Monkey King. He took a lot of damage. He was forced to jump away, and he jumps away in loving hands of Slardar anyway. Keep in mind that they decided to fight in the river too, which is something that Slardar will enjoy. Right, Amar the fucker in the river. That's where he does his thing, and he just chased one target after another and got away in the end. That's 200 gold away from the BKB. Maybe if you're Na'Vi, you didn't really have to force the matter there and should have waited for the BKB on Monkey. Which is something that changes things. But I have to say that I was impressed by the amount of damage that OG was dishing out.
Yeah, the Monkey King took 2k magical damage and only 400 physical, so very much a thing where if he had BKB there, he would have been okay.
Plus the reload on Lash was actually... It's not like Taiga timed it perfectly, it's just that the reload was, you know, preemptively used anyway. So he gets the Lash out of trouble, at least for a little while.
He does indeed. He does indeed. Yeah, a little bit interesting, that mechanic there. But meanwhile, inside Roshan, they are getting started. The Leshrac unleashing.
Yeah, this will fall really fast.
Yeah, they have the Slaughter.
And there's the scan, but... I don't know. I felt like Na'Vi is in control of this game, and now it's just like in the first one. It feels like it's slipping away with one wrong move, one fight before BKB, then suddenly you lose Roshan. Like OG, I have to give it to them. They're very decisive with their moves. They instantly take objective that is available to them. Amar.
Jump in, stun. This might be Amar going down. Reaper's Scythe is going to get him. And that is a dead fish. But meanwhile, they will get the trade onto Aloha Dance. Not a great trade for OG to start us off. Can they go for more? I'm not sure they can. Misha jumping in with a two-man stun with the birds, but this Leshrac is just getting absolutely sliced up. And now Vincine's just going to drop down the Wukong's command directly on top of that respawn location. Global Silence comes out. It's not going to make a difference. The Leshrac's not escaping this one as BZM will fall.
Alright, Amar. Like... River is definitely your place, but you got it this time around. Like, he goes in. He got the BKB, that's why he's running like that. And now Misha will most likely die as well.
Wow.
Yeah,
BKB from V-Tune as well. I mean, sure, why not, I guess. Just guarantee the kill.
yeah, maybe not completely necessary there, but it guarantees the kill, and it's for Solo's intelligence. You know, they give him that extra +2. You have to protect your captain. You have to give him everything that he wants to. But Amar, if he just used the BKB there, the fight would have been different. But he didn't, and he got sighted.
I mean, the Silencer, I mean, according to my pub games, he's going the complete wrong build. He's got no Midas, no Dragonlance, I mean...
No, this is like, not necessarily a Silencer build. This is just a position 5 build, right? He went for the Solar Crest that buffs up his teammates, helps against the Slardar as well. The Shine is really nice. So, it's not necessarily... If he was anything else, he probably would have went for the same build.
Yeah. Build for the game, not for the hero, especially when you're playing support. Well, only when you're playing support, really.
No, not necessarily. Like there are cores that can do that as well. Like if you think about Venomancer, right? As a core hero, you can pretty much build him for the game. It doesn't really matter what the hero itself needs. There's a couple of others as well that just need to adjust to the game itself.
OG hunting, but Na'Vi not showing.
I don't feel OG feels that discouraged. Like they have an Aghanims on Void and the BKB on Slardar, and their mindset is probably Amar, please use the BKB. Like try clicking it next fight, and then we might win it. I think that's pretty much the way they approach it. General.
Multi-pop from General here. They're looking for a target. Yuragi has been seen, but he's going to get himself away. Still holding on to that Tumbler's Toy as well, which is actually doing him a lot of work here. Global Silence going to come out as they've got the grip onto the Leshrac. Reaper's side comes down as well. BZM is gone. Na'Vi just are not afraid to dump everything they've got onto one hero, because they know that without this one core hero, it's very hard for OG to take this fight and defend this high ground. And now Na'Vi, they're either searching for a buyback, which is not available, or they're just going to force the issue.
Maybe you can delay it a bit on the side of OG, but this will be an extremely difficult side to defend completely.
It's not looking very delayed to me as I get the stun out onto Yuragi. No, he's gone! So quick there as he's just taken out. The Slardar tries to jump in and use his carried death as some kind of entry, but it's just not happening for OG in this game. 2 heroes dead. Na'Vi beating away at their barracks. 27 minutes into this game, it's just not clicking together this time.
Yeah, it's a good old OG style. You know, you experiment, you dance on the line, and sometimes you fall off the ledge. It's fine. I respect the experimentation, the trying of this position 5 Visage plus Slardar offlane. I still think that maybe if they didn't just feed away the Aegis and they popped that BKB, it would have been easier right now for them. But at the moment, it's really looking rough.
Yep, Na'Vi messed up, gave them the Roshan, and unfortunately OG then messed up and gave away the Aegis, which kind of reset it just back to being Na'Vi's game.
Actually, when we were talking about the item builds on the side of Na'Vi, and Aloha Dance went for Aetherlance, and now he's building a 4-staff, so it's not the eggs that we maybe expected. So they got these 2 position 5s pretty much that are just building full utility.
Yeah.
General.
Whoa, risky Invis rune, but does pop the smokes, and you know what? That's pretty worthwhile. Let's see what they can do here. Jumping on the target. That is a target they want. The Aya will not be surviving, and no buyback potential from him either. Meanwhile, Monkey King up to the trees. Yuragi going to silence him up and stop him jumping down for the time being, but BZM may well just be the next target. Na'Vi, who can they find? These damn birds just pestering them over and over again. And even going to take off the grip. They're going to have to grip this guy up. All right, fair enough. And the Reaper's Slave. That's just rude. That's a position 5.
Yeah, it's just make him disappear from the game for 70 seconds. It's a captain, you know? Like, as a captain, you have some fun coordinating the game and making shots anyway. So, you know, if you die, you're fine. At least that's kind of nice for Misha. But I'm thinking, like, Na'Vi, they have this tier 1 and tier 2 on the top lane, and that's where they have to rotate. They can't really take another side without those 2 objectives. This game is looking as good as over, really.
Some real copium from you right there, listening. Oh, I don't mind being Reaper's side. It means I can captain my team better. It's fine, guys.
That's true, you know. Like you have to, you know, I like microing, but microing 4 players together with a hero, it gets tough.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Sure it does. Navi continuing to choke out this game as they move into the top lane.
Yeah, that smoke from OG was, you know, one of those moves that you do when you don't really have any other options anymore. You're in your base, you're 2 sides down, you smoke up and you try and catch them off guard. Aloha dance.
Very aggressive TPing here from OG. They want to try and take down this Bane, but that's not really happening as the Necrophos comes in with that shard onto Yuragi. What's that shard called again?
On who?
Radiant's top
Necro?
tower is under attack.
It's that Seeker.
Death Seeker.
Yeah,
Edgy.
it seeks death.
My goodness. So cool.
It's a pretty sick one, pretty solid. Top lane.
Oh, they found the silencer. Great pickoff from the side of OG. Okay. Finally, they make a move that works. What's next?
He doesn't have a
Navi are just
buyback.
He does not. No possibility of a buyback ulti, but OG, I mean, they got to be a little bit careful of that, because they're just like, if he does buy back an ulti, we could be in a bit of trouble. Nice jump away from Yuragi here. Not going to get stunned up by General as he blinks into nothing.
Nice
and
stun.
now, stun in the backlines, and Mars jumping in, finding out the locations. However, the ultimate comes down. They're just tearing apart Yuragi. Yuragi is gone, but maybe they can bring down the Slardar here as well. Yeah, now they are back in full force. OG try their hardest to make something happen here, but they can't put on those bloody supports every single time. And I think Tiger might be in a spot of difficulty now.
Yep, they leave the kill. Did it tune? Even though
No,
they
they
killed
don't.
Silencer, even though they didn't have Silencer, Navi still decides to fight that team fight because they're just so far ahead. It's even just the gold lead, it's how their hero works and how difficult it is for them to die in a game such as this one. The Halberd on Dragonite, the 4-staff from Bane, Monkey with Wukong's just being unkillable.
Do you know what no one's got coming out to him on the courier?
But
A nice lovely level 2 Dagon.
level 2, instantly? Yep, why not?
Oh, jump in, stun. They've tried to smoke around the back here, but they've immediately found the stun out onto Misha. They want to try and take him down. Global Silence, it's out. But the Monkey King, he's getting so low. Can they finish him off? V-Tune, he's running out of life, and they will be able to get the kill. BZM alive for the time being. Tiger, how much health can he give him? Not quite enough. So they will trade for now, but they're looking towards the Necrophos. That Necrophos is bloody difficult to kill off at this point. And Yuragi, the death is seeking him. It's just a regular pulse, actually. He's going to make it back to the fountain in time. That I think he will be okay.
He dies!
No, he's not.
actually
He's dead.
dies!
Oh no!
GG.
Death suck him, and the GGs come